Mia cucina in Italian means my kitchen. And boy, do I have something delicious today. Today we're going to bake this delicious low-carb muffins. It could be a vegetarian muffin. It can also be a keto muffin. All of the ingredients, you will find them by scrolling down on the recipe. So let's get started. I have my oven at 450 degrees. I have sprayed 12 muffins because it makes 12 muffins. And when I use, guys, is I use avocado oil, and I just oil them all very well, ready to rock and roll. And then I'm going to show you what I'm going to show you what they look like when they come out. And they are so tasty. You are not going to miss the flour, and you're not going to miss the bread part. But they are delicious. Give this recipe a try. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to add all of the dry ingredients first. And like I stated before, everything you will find all the ingredients by scrolling down on the recipe, by subscribing to my YouTube channel, Lena's Cucina. That goes in there like so. That goes that too. And then what I want to do here is I'm just going to mix this very well. I want to get this very well and mixed, because this is what's going to give our muffins everything that they need to be delicious. And then what I like to do is I am going to add my cheese in here. I'm done with that. I'm going to get this little guy in the microwave oven because I do want to get my butter melted. I better cover it because if not, it goes everywhere. And let me get this timer off here. Okay, it's one of those days, you know, when you can figure out how to work the microwave oven. Well, it's going to be... All right, let's just cancel here, and let me cancel this. It just doesn't want to work, and I really need this butter to melt. And sometimes, you know, that happens in kitchens, especially mine, guys. All right, let me see if I can cancel this, and if I can start. There it goes. But I want to watch it, because I had to put it on 1 minute because it would not let me do the 48 seconds. Go figure that out, right? All right, but just be patient. It's one of those days. All right, so I think that is, nope, that's not it yet. And I'm going to continue. Okay, I'm going to leave it alone. So what I like to do here is I like to come with 2 spoons, and I want to get my cheese incorporated. What happens when you do that, when you mix it, then the cheese does not go to the bottom, but it goes throughout the muffin. And it's, like I said, it's yummy. And when they come out of the oven the first time, they're wonderful. They're very easy to freeze. I bake these sometimes once, twice a week. And I put them in the freezer, and I take them out as I need it after, you know, we eat. And there are about 5 carbs, if you're counting carbs, okay, per muffin. Okay, let me get my butter out here, and it's steaming. There we go. Close that up. All right, so then what I want to do now is that I want to mix my wet ingredients, and then we're going to mix it all together. So since this is really hot, ooh, I have my little thing right here. I am going to get all of my butter, and trust me, I want all of this butter right into the cream cheese, because the sour cream, because in that way, it doesn't cook the eggs. I don't want my eggs to be cooked. See what I'm doing? This is another trick when you want to implement, you know, hot butter into something, and you don't want your eggs. I mean, you could temper them, but I find that when you temper them, sometimes, you know, you get that egg that just kind of wants to cook a little bit. So what I want to do is I want to come in here, and I really want to mix this together. Then I have here my eggs, and with the same fork, because, you know, I'm not going anywhere, it's going to be here, I am going to give my wonderful eggs. Look at these beautiful organic eggs. Look at the color of these beautiful organic eggs. And my friend that lives down the street, well, about a mile, she has chickens, And they make the most wonderful, beautiful eggs, and that's where I get my eggs. And I just want to get all of my eggs because this is the dry ingredients that's going to make this beautifulness. There we go. Done with that. Get that out of the way. Let me get this in the sink here. Because pretty much I'm done. So now I just want to continue to mix the sour cream with the eggs and the butter. Just keep mixing it, keep mixing it. Okay, until you do not see, stripes of white and yellow, until they all become one. Like we should all are one creation from God. All right, so now I am just going to wipe my spoons because I'm going to be needing them. And then what I'm going to do is I want to make a little hole in here. Just a little hole, and I'm just going to add all that in there. All like that. I'm going to leave my fork over here because it still has some yummies that I want to use. And I want to get everything in here. See how easy that is, guys? Very simple. And, you can pop these in the oven, for 10, 11 minutes, and they're done. So you can make this for dinner. You can make this for snacks. Last minute company that is coming over. And you want to, impress, and you want to have some little delicious little muffins. I'm going to take some of these over to my friend, that she owns a business, and I want to surprise her by giving her some of these muffins, because she loves these muffins. So now that I'm done with that, wipe my hands over here, and I still have some of that beautifulness in my fork. I want to get everything, guys. We're working really hard on this. Okay, I'm done with the fork. Put that in the sink. And then what I want to do is I want to come from under and I want to mix it. We don't want to over mix it, but what we want to do is we want to get the wet ingredients. See what I'm doing here? See what I'm doing, guys? I'm going from underneath and going this way, and then I'm going underneath and going this way, making sure that I get all the wet with the dry. It's going to be a little runny, not too runny, and it's going to be really, really moist. And what happens is you have to allow, when you're working with almond flour, you have to allow the almond flour to start working with all the ingredients, and especially with the, when you add the wet items in here, you gotta let it, see how it's starting to get thicker now? See what I'm doing? See, it was very, very watery, and now we are just we're giving it a minute for it to do its thing, for it to come all together. And that's what you want to do, just what you want to do. All right, so then what I have here is I have that. I'm going to take the 1 spoon because I'm going to be utilizing this spoon because I'm going to show you a trick. And before, when I used to use a scoop, and it will get really stuck, all the yumminess will get stuck in the scoop, and I really, really want to get as much as I can, because, I am creating 12 muffins. Then I'm going to get my muffin pan right here, guys. Very simple. Let me get this out of the way. And then what I want to do is I want to start with 1 tablespoon, and I'm just going to add 1 tablespoon to each muffin. See what I'm doing? Very simple transaction. Tablespoon at each muffin, because in that way I know how much more to add in each muffin. So make sure that you get 1 tablespoon per muffin. See what I'm doing? And sometimes, you may get a bigger tablespoon than others. And that's when you can come back and you can add more. Okay, see what I'm doing? I just wanted to show you step by step, so you can have a successful muffin. And now, so the muffins can kind of look the same. This one needs a little bit more. And then I have another one here. I have another one here. I have another one here. And then I have another one here. And then I'm going to show you another trick that works really, really well for me, especially when you're doing, gluten-free and, low carbs, and you're working with almond flour, especially if you never worked with almond flour. And then what I do is I just give it tap, 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 tap. So what happens is they're starting to get where they need to be. You know, they're coming down some. So then now I come back and I know where to add some more. Okay, I'm looking. This one over here needs some more. This one over here needs some more. You know, they all have their cheese, because remember, when we mix the cheese with all the dry ingredients, it will keep the cheese not falling down, you know, all the way to the bottom, so you can have the cheese throughout the muffin, you know. And I want my cheese throughout the muffin. I want to get as much as I can possibly can out of this guy. This one needs a little bit more over here. And then, you know, really scrape. Really scrape here, guys. Really scrape. Again, my oven is on 450 degrees. And I have my timer at 11 minutes. In my kitchen is 11 minutes. In your kitchen it might be 10. All right, I'm just going to give it another tap, because I still have some more here, and I want to make sure that I distribute this all evenly. There we are. Perfect. Oh, and when they come out so nice and crunchy on the outside and gooey in the inside. It's delicious. All right, so now I am going to take these babies and I am going to put them in the middle rack. Right there. I am going to start my timer at 11 minutes. If I can figure out my microwave oven today. it just doesn't want to work today. There we go. And then what you have after such a wonderful trying morning is this delicious, wonderful muffins. Look how beautiful. Let me grab one, because I just took this out of the oven. These are a little hot. And look at them. Look at them. Can you see the cheese? Can you see the cheese? Oh my, you know I'm going to have some of these. And you don't even need any butter. And all we have, that's all I have for you today. Thank you so very much for joining me. And God bless every single one of you. God bless. Have a nice day. Ciao, ciao.